7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Oh, hey.
Oh.
It's Wednesday night. Sweetie tailing.
Brought to you by Sonny's Barbecue.
I'm Capt Eric and
Sonny's Barbecue.
we had a special delivery
We be eating.
from Sonny's. And, yeah, we're eating. Man, and it is good. We're going to have a good show for you tonight.
We're spoiled.
We are spoiled. Let me get up our thing here. Where's it at? There we go.
ain't even got to go to Sonny's to get it.
Yep. We got a, what do we got? We're shooting live at our super secret studio that smells of Sonny's barbecue. We got the weekend fishing. We got some spotted by Captain's Corner, Bonnie's contest with State Farm, and it's Cobia time. The Cobia is starting to show up. We're seeing quite a few of them now showing up, so that's really good. We're excited about that. We're going to give you maybe tips and tricks that you already know, maybe some you don't know. It depends. Depends on how long you've been watching the show. John, how long have we been doing this?
7 years.
Almost. But a long time would be a good enough answer.
Long time.
There you go. Let's go ahead and see if anybody's even here, John. It looks like Denise was our first commenter again. Let's see. Dale is on there. John King said Sonny's in the house. Doug says hi.
It was in the house. I ate it all.
Yeah. Jim, I'm working on Nancy at Gateway on the Q8. All right, appreciate that, Jim. Chris, what's up, buddy? Christy, hey, from North Carolina. Bonnie, what's going on? Jessica just making it in, getting off the water 30 minutes ago with Joe. That's cool. Melissa, just saw you a few minutes ago. We appreciate it. Thomas, what's up, buddy? James, what's happening, buddy? Let's see. Kev Dog, what's up, dude? Dale, you're killing me. Cruel and unusual. Bro, and it's good, bro. Let me tell you, it is good. David, what's going on?
Egg roll.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, yeah, I'm gonna try and drive and keep both hands on the wheel. But John, this is hard. Yeah.
That might greasy slipping off the button.
This is when you get Sonny delivered, you got to eat it. You can't
You can't say no.
No. You can't do that, John. You can't do that.
You got dessert.
Mm-hmm. The peach cobbler egg roll thing, dude. That thing looks
one of those
fantastic. Yep.
And the other red egg roll or something, whatever the heck that was. That was good too.
Yeah. Well, let's get into it here a little bit, John. We'll at some point or another, I'm going to say, talk, John. And that's cue for me to get a bite to eat. We're getting close to Blackwater Fishing at Social Club time. It's always coming up the first Thursday, John, first Thursday of the month. It'll be coming up here, and meeting is upstairs, 7 o'clock. Want to make sure you get there. Get there a little bit early so you can do that social thing. Don't know who they have talking this particular meeting, but Kevin is on. Maybe he can let us know, in that. Jessica says, so many gags, red grouper, kingfish, seen some cobia. Jessica, I'm sorry, you're wrong, Jessica. There's no such thing as gags out there. You didn't see them.
There's no way you caught
the red
possible.
Grouper.
Not even possible.
It's an emergency. There's so many of them out there right now. You should have seen those, according to them. Yep. I don't know. They really hadn't said anything yet on the kingfish. We'll wait to see how that turns
If you'd like a sliced pork, Dale, come on over.
Yeah. So, well, we've got it is the pulled pork. Pulled pork. We don't have it sliced. It's pulled.
It's sliced.
But there's some ribs here, Dale. Some the redneck egg rolls. I got some chicken wings. I got some totem. Bro, I'll be eating here for a little bit.
You can find something to eat, I'm sure. We'll throw something out there in a little care bag. Joe caught at least 30. No, not possible.
No, Jessica, no.
No, Jessica, stop it.
I know that's what you think
Yeah,
you saw,
you think
Jessica.
it, but it's not true. It can't be. Did you see what I made today and put on their site? I put it on their site.
Oh, the thing I said clever too.
Yeah. I put that on their site.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? No.
Yeah.
They gotta hate.
Well,
They don't take it down. I wonder if they just block it so nobody can see it.
Who knows what they? To be honest with you, I'm sure that they don't pay any attention to that whatsoever.
They don't.
Just as much as they don't
can
pay
care
attention
less
to anybody.
Yeah, they
speaking.
can care less. We don't care. I could show them a million gags and they could care less because that's not the point.
No. But John, last episode, it appeared that you had your feelings hurt a little bit.
Me?
And, yeah.
Somebody can hurt my feelings?
Well, it made it appear so anyway.
I didn't know I had any feelings.
Yeah, well, I mean, it happened.
It happened.
It
I mean, you
happens,
stick hooks in me, and I don't have any feelings.
No.
So what?
Well, it was.
Feelings?
It was over this. Our Barbie toys that are on sale for $69.95. Get them before. Get them before it is Christmas. Get them before Christmas. You want to beat the rush, John.
John's pregnant.
Yeah. So
John is going to have a baby Q8 Eric.
Yeah.
Is that what's in there? Is there a baby Eric in there?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, John.
What'd they do? Make me into a girl now?
Well,
they made it better or worse.
Apparently, mine was so good that you just don't you don't mess with perfection.
They just left yours alone.
But
did they improve mine?
We have some new toys for sale.
We upgraded.
It's like the GI Joe with a kung fu grip. That's me. It's timeless. You don't got to mess with that one.
Yeah.
But
they upgraded. But
we upgraded John's. So John, coming to a store near you. It's
holy mackerel!
John King doll, aka the Romance Ranger. Comes complete with the black tux for high class occasions. A bottle of premium champagne. Because you're worth it. A bouquet of red roses, always ready to impress. Sunglasses that say, "I'm the captain now." And available now wherever legends are made. Limited edition, only one.
What the heck?
So, yeah. So,
I can't. Oh my God.
So I take it you approve of that one?
I don't know.
But
oh my God.
Just like when there's a stucky toy out there, and it doesn't sell, they've got to have another model. That's out of the range of my Sea Ark.
30 to 40 miles is a little bit out of range of a Sea Ark, but you just got to run it, Dale.
Just got to do it.
David, you got to run it, David.
But in case that one didn't grab your goat, John, there's another model.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Buckle up tight, John. We're going to be here a while.
Oh, no.
So, John, there's the John King United States Air Force jet fighter pilot one that comes complete with a whole nother head when you get tired of it.
When I get tired of the head I got. Oh, God.
And then there's the John King, commander of the Starship Enterprise,
Wow.
and, you get tired of that one. But this one is for the win right here, John. I think you're really going to like this one. This is the Secret Agent Deep Sea Defender Whisperer John King Coastal Commando right there. How about that one?
Man, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Dude, look at me.
When the tide turns, so does he.
When the tide turns,
It comes complete with the Gulf Coast grip. Comes with the arm action, John. I mean, that one.
What's this stuff?
You get the Truth Tackle Box, the Patriot Patch, and a mystery fish. So that's pretty good, John. I mean, all brought to you. For $69.95, you
get a complete and total holy mackerel group of these things. Oh my gosh, that's classic stuff. I can't breathe.
So how are your feelings now, John?
I guess we're all better now. Oh, and I'm the Coastal Commando.
I like it. Yeah. I'm going to order two.
Two Coastal Commandos.
Well, one I can play with, and the other one I keep in the package.
Oh yeah, when it's worth money.
So there you go. That's that's
oh
good stuff.
golly, lolly.
Oh, Chris, which one was your favorite? He says that doll. Which one?
Yeah.
David, me too. We use Joe's big box. Yeah, you don't want to take your Sea Arc 30 miles offshore. I have seen it. And I shake my head.
It was bad. It was bad.
Were you with me?
I don't know.
I was trying to remember if I've done it.
It was bad. I know I did a bad one day in the Sea Arc. We almost sunk.
You don't want to do that.
It started raining really bad. The bilge pump couldn't keep up. The boat was going like this.
Pull the plugs and keep it going.
You don't even know what to do when it does that, man.
Tyler's buying all the dolls. That's like the pop things that he bought. What did he buy? The pop art pop something? What's the little dolls?
Oh yeah, the pops. I think they're pops.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
Man, I think they're pops.
Something pop.
Pop dolls. I don't know.
There's
something. Yeah, he's got a lot of them. So Tyler plays with dolls.
If you guys didn't know, there is a kayak tournament coming up April 26th, which is just a few days from now.
As the CCBA tournament.
It is. The CCBA, I guess, is a 2-day thing, maybe, I'm guessing. Yeah. We got a horseshoe fishing tournament coming up, the 26th here.
Did you get hold of Tyler?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Tyler's all good. Tyler is squared away.
He's taken care of.
Funko Pop. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Well, so we got part of it. We just didn't get the Funky Pop.
Yeah. Well, where was Marky Mark when we needed him?
Well, Dale do Funko Pops.
Yeah. Dale's down all this stuff.
Dale's retired and up on everything now.
He's got time.
He's got time on his hands.
And then I guess the CCBA thing, and that's out of Homosassa, right? I think.
Yes.
2 days?
Yeah, that's a 2-day tournament out of Homosassa.
Okay.
Out of, what is that place down there? McRae's or whatever?
Well, they got a McRae's down there. They got all kinds of places down there. Is that the one, though?
It's usually
I don't want to steer them wrong.
I don't steer them wrong, but it's somewhere down there.
I know in the past, we've kind of like parked at the Monkey Bar parking lot or the Monkey Lodge, whatever they call the hotel there, and it was all kind of in that area before, but I don't know if it's still there. Yeah. Well, that's just it. It had a completely different head. You could change it out when you were tired of looking at that
tired of looking at John. You can put the other guy's head on there.
I like it, John. Everybody needs to get one.
Heather told us where it's at, the shed.
Oh, okay.
That's right, because they weigh there, yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, cool. There we go. And that is pretty much the McRae's, boat ramp and all that good stuff.
Cobia tournament going on. That's a 2-day tournament, too.
Oh, wow. All right. Lots going on. You could go compete, John. You could compete.
Me?
Yeah. Well,
I don't compete. Yeah. I know compete. Yeah. I'm the guy that signed a no compete clause.
If you want to get out there and keep some red grouper, give us a call. We'll get you out there. You know how to do it. Just reach out any of these ways. We'll get you. We'll take you out fishing, John. We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do it good, as good as we can. Anyway,
you better go for next week because you're booked.
Well, yeah, I'm booked this week.
And it's supposed to be a great weekend.
I hope so. I'm sick of kind of not being able to run where I want to run because I beat everybody to death.
I think it's supposed to be a great weekend this weekend. That's what I'm thinking. I heard that from somebody. I haven't checked myself.
I like it.
Yeah.
Cool. John, Music Bingo, if you hadn't come check me out, 3 nights a week.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Man, it's fun.
John, you know, and I tell John, you don't got to come to every one, John, but John shows up at a lot of these things, and I do appreciate everybody that comes and supports. It's a big deal. It helps me out. It's good stuff. And like John said, it is fun.
Casey is getting the Siemens all welded up for the tournament this weekend. There you go. See?
There you go. Because you weld on that Simmons.
That's
every
right.
chance you get.
Yeah.
Fiberglass will take a weld.
When
right,
Andrew runs to the ground and tears the aluminum off the bottom, they got to put it back on.
A lot of people put the poly on the bottom of their airboats. Mm-hmm. You know, they put aluminum on the bottom.
Aluminum. Yeah. For Andrew, when he's driving like a bat out of hell into that 1 inch of water, that Kevlar is all a little tricky.
Yeah.
To weld on, but I'm getting it figured out.
Got to get it really hot.
Tape.
Casey.
You got to use tape.
Really hot.
Duct tape. That's the best on that.
Well, John, it's time to talk about Captain's Cove tip of the week. And it's not Andrew this weekend. It is not. No.
You made somebody else a star.
Yeah. And he did pretty good. I was impressed for his first time. Let's see what Mike had to say. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm Mike, and this is Captain's Cove tip of the week. This week I want to talk about the Angle Cooler. Your Cobia season's coming in, guys. Nothing like having them pinfish ready, sitting there, on, ready, alive to throw out for one of them Cobia. These coolers right here, these Angles, they come with a chargeable motor here instead of the batteries. This thing will last a long time on a charge. It'll indicate, let you know, instead of your batteries going bad. We have 2 sizes here. Like I said, these things keep the fish live. It's insulated, keep them alive, ready for when that cobia comes swinging by you.
All right. Good job, Mike. Good job. That was the first time he decided to do that, and that was all one take. He did well. Very good.
There you go.
You just got to spit on it. There you go. That'll make it stick.
That helps everything.
That'll make it stick. But we'll talk about it when we get to Cobia here in a little bit. But yeah, if you can bedazzle a Cobia with a little live bait on the quick, you know, especially when he's up there checking out your boat, they're going to eat that. That's going to be real good. Look at that, Mike. That's everybody doing you the great job thing. So good job. You know, we'll hope to get some more. He normally works on Monday, but he was filling in. So I guess so Andrew could go fishing today.
Yep, Andrew went fishing.
All right. Let's see. Where does that put us now? So I got it right here, John. Give me 1 second. Where's it at? That's the one. All right. Captain's Cove. And they can't see this, so I'm talking to the camera, John. They got their Captain's Cove Cobia tournament going on. They're saying this is the 16th annual. It seems like a lot, but this is their 16th annual Cobia contest. Looks like adult first place is going to be a Quantum Cabo 60 with a Crowder rod plus a pair of Costa and/or Smith glasses. So that's pretty cool. Second place, Quantum Drive 50 combo with a Captain's Cove prize pack. And in third place, you get a case of tournament chum. So that's pretty cool. Children is 12 and under. It looks like you get $50 Captain's Cove gift certificate. So all contestants must fish in Levy County or Citrus County area and must make a purchase daily before the trip begins here at Captain's Cove. Anything except a bag ice. So, I mean, just like all their other, you know, even if you don't buy just a little bobber, you got to buy something and you got to sign up. It is a daily sign-up contest. They are running it from April 20th to May 18th. So that's what it's going to run. If you go fishing with Captain Andrew Fagan, myself, Katie Joe, John Beach, or Kelton Willman, you will already be signed up. So you don't got to worry about that. And the fish got to be weighed in at Captain's Cove. All fish must be weighed in before 9 a.m. the next morning after sign-up. So there you go. So standard rules. I mean, nothing's really changed. It's all good. So 16th, nothing's changed. You gonna win it this year? You gonna try?
I might go cobia fishing this weekend. Maybe I'll try it.
Maybe I'll do it.
Yeah, maybe I'll throw some chum out.
Yeah,
See what happens.
yeah, some chum.
If you chum, they will come.
Mm-hmm. I've heard that once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
All
Might
right.
work. Not work.
It may not.
Who knows?
All right. So we talked about it earlier as well last week. I think that we mentioned Jim's Jigs is back into Captain's Cove. They are out on display now, so you don't have to ask for them behind the counter anymore. They are fully out on display. So if you're a Jim's Jigs guy, get out there, get you some Jim's Jigs over there. That's lots of fun. All right. Let's see. I think, what do we got, John? We've got this time to talk about Doug and Captain's Corner. And being as that you got your phone out, tell everybody what you need to do with Captain's Corner.
Film it like this. Either yourself or whoever's on your boat catch a fish. And do your little 30-second commentary on what you're catching, how you're catching it, maybe somewhat of the area you're in without giving it away exactly. And once you're done and you're happy with it, and you've talked a little bit about it, send it in to Eric at We Be Tailing all his little things. He's got 3 of them. And hit it up, and he'll make you famous on YouTube with your little video.
You will be 15 to 30 second famous. Yeah,
Super
I like it. Casey wants you to take him fishing.
Take cobia fishing.
Casey knows how to hot water.
Casey knows how to hot swab.
Spit on it.
Oh,
Jason and Elizabeth, they're on. Ben and Bennett. What's up, guys? All right. So our first one's going to come to you from Doug, and they are on vacation right now, John. And
they're in
Carabel.
yeah, they go to their little place.
They're up there close to Panacea, where
And
we were just
Bonnie
at a
was
little
working,
bit.
and he was fishing.
Bonnie should not be working on her holiday.
She was.
Oh, no.
Always working Bonnie.
All right. Well, let's see what Doug has to say up that way.
Hey guys, this is Doug Wlasiuk, Team State Farm. We're out here in Carabel doing some night fishing using Captain Cove shrimp, getting some nice redfish, some good sized trout, and we are in for the evening. It's like 10 o'clock, so we have just pulled back onto the dock. Y'all enjoy your evening.
All right. Good job. I hope they don't always have to fish at night to find those fish, but I guess it would be cooler.
Yeah.
Bugs might be down. I don't know. What do you think?
Bugs might be up. I don't know up there.
Especially you turn on the little headlamp.
I don't know up
you're
there.
covered
Yeah,
in the
I don't
bugs,
know
you
what
know.
they do up there, but it looks like he got them dinner.
Yeah,
That's for
yeah.
sure.
And then,
Fresh dinner. Can't beat that.
We did get another one here, and this one is going to be from Chris. I think Chris was fishing with James, so let's see what they got going on.
Good evening, guys. Hey, Captain's Corner, Chris Grabner, James Hansen with Phil, riding along. We got this 31-inch snook. Oh. On this gulp, new penny. Has a pretty sweet catch. 80 degrees out, the water temp. Tight lines, guys.
All right, good job. You okay? John was dying during that little break. What do you got there, John?
Sweet tea, pecan pie.
So, John got his very own gallon of sweet tea, which he just opened up. We were drinking off of mine. And
Woo!
it is good. If you're a sweet tea connoisseur,
Yeah, Mama sent her back
That's
for a
what
big
you-
old glass of sweet tea.
no seams went away at night and cooler. All right, well there you go. Straight from Doug's
nailed
mouth.
it both.
Yeah, got him.
Got him. And the fish came out. to
Now,
play.
According to Chris said that he got a slam that day. So we got a trout, he got a red, and the snook. And he sent me a picture to verify, but, you know, he wasn't in it, so it could have been anybody.
That's right. Yeah, you can't. If he's not in it, don't count. But we'll believe him.
All right. Since you said so. Right. Want to make sure I'm not missing over anything here. John, let's see. Captain's Corner. This time to talk about Bonnie, John. Bonnie with State Farm. Need to get your quote from Bonnie. Give her a call at 352-484-0905. Either her or one of her very capable staff will take care of you. I think Zoe is in the office right now, if you were to call.
Zoe's in charge.
Zoe was somebody's favorite representative on that question the other day. so that was funny. You know that Bonnie has a tournament coming up, and again, it is a little ways off, John. Yeah, but we just want to make sure everybody's aware of it. Saturday, November 8th,
joined up.
The third annual Freedom Fishing for Freedom tournament. And this is becoming a pretty big, deal.
Big.
The first one was, decent. The second one last year was pretty big.
Yeah, it was big.
Hopefully, this one's going to be quite a bit bigger.
She filled the place up. Every chair had somebody sitting in it.
It did. And there was a lady taking around pictures for proof. Yep, Zoe's in the office, and Douglas is with us. That's right. So ask for Zoe when you call.
That's right. Ask for Zoe. She's accepting your calls now. What are you wearing, Zoe?
Yeah.
Khakis.
I hope so.
Khakis and a red shirt.
There you go.
That's hideous. Is that the same one? Is it the same commercial as Hideous? Did they do that on the...
That's just hideous.
That's just Hideous?
Or something.
It's a guy.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's a dude or something. Yeah, something. I can't remember exactly how many.
He's a dude.
Can't remember exactly.
Oh, man.
But John, as you're well aware, Bonnie supplies a prize for a little contest we do almost monthly. And the prize this go around is the Danco knife and pliers set. That's pretty cool. And what, John?
And a free entry into the tournament that Bonnie puts on.
There you go. Very nice.
That deal.
Very nice. Cool. Very nice. That's pretty good value.
If I wasn't doing the show, I'd be trying to win it.
There you go.
Well, it is a guy. Well, it is a guy. It's hideous. He sounds hideous.
She looks hideous. Hideous sounds hideous.
Well, he is.
Yeah. Well, it's a guy. But John, the way we're doing this is we're doing a little State Farm trivia. And we've already got 3 winners. Yep. So we've got this. What do we got? We got this. Do we get one more? Oh, we do. So we got this week, and we get one more entry. So what we're doing is we're going to ask a question. The very first right answer that John or I see, your name's going to get written down. And then next week, the last one will go in there. And then we're going to, the beginning of the month, put everybody's name that won into the bucket. Pull out a winner, and you'll win the prize. So, Thomas, Chris, and Lane, you're not allowed to play anymore.
No play.
Yeah.
You're out.
You guys are already, on the list. Well, it is a guy.
Well, it is a guy. It is a guy.
Yeah.
He's a guy.
There we go. Chris, send him mine for next week. You're missing Thomas. I sent it Thursday night. I vaguely remember that now. I might not have gone far enough back with when I got Chris's the last one there. So yeah, we'll go back and look, and we'll get it on next week. I think that was Chris and Thomas fishing. Yeah, so we'll get that on there. That's not a problem. But yeah, so trivia, John. All you're gonna have to do is answer this very, very easy question.
So easy.
John, I'm not going to lie. I don't even understand the question.
Oh, no. Jeez. Oh, boy.
I mean, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, boy.
I don't even know what this means. So, again, apparently these are Googleable.
Googleable. You'll need to use Googleable.
don't even know what the question
You better
means.
turn your Googler on.
So let me get to this question here, John. And again, I'm going to get us on the right page so I can see that answer come up real quick.
Like,
All right, so we're on the right page.
What
I'm
is
going to click on this doomahickey right here. Again, we're looking for the very first right answer. So, what is the dollar amount of life insurance in force as of 2024 with State Farm? Again, what is the dollar amount of life insurance in force as of 2024 with State Farm?
I think I know what that means.
Okay, because I got no clue.
So what that means is I think that they have that much actual money in an account that if somebody passes away, they can pay it off. That means that's live
State
money.
Farm has that much
They
money?
have that much money.
Wow.
Yeah. The old
Okay.
State Farm. Whoa.
Well, no. I get it, but that's I'm trying to figure out
Huge.
who has that money.
Yeah,
'cause,
State Farm does. State
yeah,
Farm has that
that's,
much money to pay off deaths.
Yeah.
For if
okay.
you have insurance with them, then they can pay you off. They're going to
Yeah.
pay off.
'Cause,
They're not going to run and hide because that's a lot.
that's
That's a lot. That's a lot.
I'm gonna add it.
They're not even close.
These numbers aren't coming in
Yeah.
real quick. I'm
Yeah.
gonna read it again.
They're not even close.
What is the dollar amount of life insurance in force as of 2024
That's
with
what
State
that means.
Farm?
I believe that means that if everybody were to die, they could pay off that much money at the same time. That's how much. And they're not even, these people ain't even close.
Well,
No, they're not even close.
Jessica's is in the ballpark.
Yeah, one
but-
person's in the ballpark, but the rest of them ain't even
But,
close.
yeah. That's and again, Tyler, I didn't Google. Oh, good effort.
Yeah, good effort, Tyler. You weren't even close. You might want to try Googling.
But I tell you what, if we don't get the right answer soon, that's going to be close enough.
Yeah, we're getting closer.
Yeah, because
we're getting closer.
They might have just broke Google.
Yeah, they may have broke Google. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. All right.
You guys are closer.
I'm going to read the question one more time, just to give everybody the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
What is the dollar amount of life insurance in force as of 2024 with State Farm? And then, like I said, there's, she is in the ballpark according to the answer given to me.
They're around it, but they're not there.
Yeah. Now everybody just piling on the train of
They're not.
we're just gonna put down 1 point something and hope.
Point something.
All right. Well, in an effort to not drown the slow the show down, we're gonna go ahead and because nobody's getting it. So the answer that I had was 1.18 trillion. And Christy just come in very damn close, but we decided to call it and give it to Jessica because she was right there with 1.2. So she rounded up, or maybe that's what maybe her answer rounded up.
It may have rounded up when she Googled it.
Yep. So congratulations to Jessica
Jessica's in the pot
for being in the neighborhood anyway. Because that's like I said, we just weren't going to hold.
We've been here a while.
I still don't even understand the damn question.
Well, that's how much money, I believe, if Bonnie can back that up. I think that's how much money is in a fund to be able to pay out for death.
Yeah.
They've got that much actual money live to pay out for death. Live death. I'm thinking.
Bonnie, are you too deep into the chocolate teenies, or can you explain that question?
Completely. I think that's it. We'll see how dumb or how smart I am.
Yep.
If Bonnie says that's not it.
Yeah, I have no earthly
unearthly idea.
That was like
That's a lot of money.
Eric didn't even understand the question.
Yeah. In force.
That's good.
Correct, John. Yay!
Wow. Look at John. Look at
Johnny.
Look at the big brain on brain.
That's a lot, but that's good because that means that you'll always get your money. Well, that's why Bonnie says you can go with State Farm to get your money.
If you die, you don't get your money.
No, you don't. Somebody else does. I'm not ready to die yet.
They say
but
you
I'm
can't
worth
take
something.
it with you.
That's what they say.
John will be hitting the Florida
Yeah.
Redfish Series
Cedar
up
Key, baby.
coming up here pretty quick
Cedar
next
Key,
month,
baby.
Yeah. Q8 Super Baits. You know, we got to talk about Q8 Super Baits. We love them. You need them. You need to get out there and get some. Ace Hardware, Homosassa, Pete's Pier has them now. You got to look up high. They got them really high on the wall. Hook, line, and sinker, Captain's Cove, and Cedar Key bait and tackle. And we're still working on those ones up north. Jim's Jigs is even trying to help me out with one there. So they are there. I'm not having chocolatinis. However, I'm having a Durango. Or maybe she means Dorado. she got cowboy on it. She's having one of
Dorado.
them mahi
Dorado.
drinks.
Yeah, Dorado.
See, I knew that, Monty.
You knew that
but
one.
that other crap. No.
Dorados.
No. Woo!
Heck yeah.
John and
Bonnie's partying.
we do have to thank Melissa and Josh for this fine meal.
Oh,
that,
my gosh.
that you got to eat all of yours on. I'm still picking at it, and I know it looks rude, but you can't let this food go to waste,
That's
guys.
right.
It
We're not
is
going to
good.
go.
Yep.
We got to eat.
And
Melissa,
tonight,
don't just bring it to anybody.
you are going to be taking home some barbecue sauce and rub tonight. As part of your prize package. Yeah.
Watch out, pow!
Pow, pow!
Pow! Pow! Pow!
Yeah, just
But wait! There's more! Pow! Pow!
Yeah, and you ain't-
Oh, shoot! Pow! Pow!
there you go. Boom.
Woo!
Pretty nice.
Pretty dang nice. And a piece of bread.
Q8 is taking over.
Q8.
I
is
did it!
taking Over.
It was all me.
Q8 is everywhere. Yep. Q8 is even in the prize package. Pow! Pow! Pow!
No, Q8. I mean, like I said, guys, you've seen things come and go on this show. If we continue to talk about something, it's because we use it, we like it.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Well, we're not gonna
We
lie.
do not push the crap.
It catches fish.
Speaking of pushing good stuff, John, without mentioning names, tell me the story that you told me the other night about a certain item that not that we necessarily pushed, but we made a little video on and got them some good headway.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
It's me a chance to eat.
wow. It took me a second to think about it, but I got a text from a lady that took a hook to her finger. I won't say any names, but it went in there and almost out the other side. So in there and almost out the other side. Well, her son bought her the hook remover that we used on me. So she took that thing and pulled that hook out with it, and she said it worked perfectly. And it was, it was a bad one. It was a long shank, and it went all the way through, and they tried to push it all the way through. Well, it's you really have to be, you got to be a strong woman or a strong man to be able to, it takes a lot to push a hook all the way through to get the barb, to pinch it down, to get it back out. Well, they tried, and they couldn't get it done because it was the thickness and the heat in the middle of the hardest part of your finger. So no bones involved on this, but they did use the hook remover, and it popped it right out, and their thumb is now on the heel. So kudos to the hook remover.
Ta-da!
The hooker.
Yay!
Yep.
It does work.
Yep.
If you, I mean, they're online. Go get them.
Yep.
They gave us one for Hook and John.
Yeah, and they almost didn't give me that. They had to run me down to give me that, but man, it worked. And it said she fished the rest of the day.
Yep.
Just so you know, she finished the rest of the day fishing, so it did not stop her from doing what she loves.
Yep. So Dale says cottonmouth boats. So cottonmouth boats is kind of no longer with us. Kind of like Salt Life is kind of going away. Cotton Life Boats was a subsidiary of another company that they did other things, and the other things that they did they kind of got in trouble with, and so I think the whole thing kind of went, so because I did love my cottonmouth boat. I did. So they didn't go away because they were bad. They just went away.
Yeah, I took one in my knee, and I pushed it through the knee, and ow, you could feel it crunching.
Your skin is very resilient. It's so easy. You're just amazing how easy that hook goes in you.
But as it comes out, it don't want to come out. The weirdest thing ever. Have you had it in the knee? You had it in your leg,
I had it right above the knee in the fat, right above it. I had the trolling plug. And both hooks were in there. And
I took a catfish one to the knee, and I was pulling on my line like this, and it was hung out there on the dock. So I'm pulling on it. Well, it shot straight, and the weight hit me first, and then the hook hit me, and it went right in my knee.
Oh, I thought you were saying
I'm talking about 50 feet away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it came like a bullet. And I looked down, and I was like,
I know how that works.
And I was like, ow. I was like, that hook stuck in me. And I pushed, and I pushed, and I pushed. It wouldn't go through my knee. It just kept hanging there. And I was like, ow, ow, ow. So I took a pair of pliers, and I went, and it went through. And I bent it down, and I pulled it back out. I didn't have a hook remover back then, or somebody with line, or braid, really, because all we had was mono back then, because it was when I was young. So we had braid, but it was like that rope braid.
You know how much we were promoting, and still promote if you don't have the D-hooker, the line technique. Works. Everybody just reverts back to when we were at the show, and we did it with the 80-pound, and it didn't work.
That didn't work.
Everybody
that did not work. Oh, God, I was about to pass out. I'm like, please do something different.
Definitely use the braid.
Oh, my gosh.
Don't use 80-pound. It doesn't grab.
It doesn't grab.
It just slides up. It took us 4 times to figure that out.
I was getting lightheaded. I was like, oh, my God. People are like, is this real? Oh, it was real. John was on the verge of passing out and had to see the river seafood.
It was. All right, John, let's do some spotted by right here real quick. We spotted Sabrina there with a stud right there.
That's a nice one.
We spotted James with a nice toad right there.
That's a nice one.
And then we spotted Mr. Kenneth.
Kenny Penny with a ditch pickle.
Yep.
Mr. Penny's been fishing a lot for the bass.
That's senior, not junior.
Yeah,
that's I didn't want you to think, Kenny grew on us.
Kenny shrunk on us.
So that's good to see that everybody's getting out there and doing a little bit of fishing there. I used a Danco knife and pliers set to get a 24-inch ladyfish out of my knee. You'll get that on them big trips. Hey, what's up, Sock?
Sock must have just got off the water.
Oh, mercy. All right, John. Well, Socrates turned up just in enough time to watch me eat. You talk about Cobia. Because you remember that Cobia?
Yes.
You do?
I do.
Yeah? You do? Where's that Cobia from?
That Cobia is from Ken.
There you go.
Ken.
Yeah. The pounder.
The pounder.
Yeah. So
I pounded out one.
You did.
It was cool.
It didn't look anything like that.
No, it was better. The one I pounded out was great.
Didn't look anything like that.
No, but it was nice looking.
We gave the one you pounded out away, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
On
gave
somebody's wall.
Yeah. Somebody put that up. Oh, was it
Captain Christopher
Leon? Leon. Yeah. I forgot when you said it's on the wall.
Out
went looking for them today. Better luck tomorrow. Yeah. So
they're starting to get around.
It's hit or miss, and it depends on where you're looking at. Because
you got to have a wreck.
That always helps. But they're around. The same old rocks that you beat up on, for the grouper and all that old Cobia, as well. Yeah. And, you got to be there, the right time. Cobia, I hate to say it, but they like a real early morning bite. Yeah. Be there when the sun's up,
late bite.
Or catch that one that's just out in the, taking a lolly little swim out there in the middle of nowhere. And you pop
Cobia.
To them. But, yeah, John. Give us your thoughts on Cobia while I give my thoughts on chewing.
Cobia, what are you talking about?
Come on, talk about it. Do it. Yeah.
So number one, they're a wreck fish. So they really, 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 really like wrecks. Okay. So if you put your chum back out when you pull up, get your chum situated, let your chum go ahead and do your float thing. You'll want to have some live pinfish, some live catfish with the prongs cut off.
No, whoa. Slow down and explain this. Catfish. What do you mean, catfish? John, explain that.
So a 6 or 7 inch catfish is your friend. It's not your friend if it sticks you, but it's your friend if you can get it in the live well and use a pair of Klein cutters and cut the 3 barbs off. You want to do this very carefully now. You want to grip that catfish and cut those prongs off and they can still get you even after you cut them off. So use gloves. And put you out a couple catfish for bait, drop them down to the bottom because they do sit on the bottom. Believe it or not, catfish are, cobia are bottom feeders.
There you go.
They're not, yes, they are in the top. They do swim around the wreck, but believe it or not, they like to dig down in the bottom for like crabs, and they eat like, they'll eat like catfish because the catfish swim on the bottom, crabs swim on the bottom. Other type shrimp swim on the bottom, and that's a cobia. But also jigs. They love jigs too. So you get you a custom made jig from Karrie's Jigs. I think I caught 7 in a row. She handed me a jig. I dropped it down, and I was 7 for 7. When I say 7 for 7, I was 7 for 7 offshore in 100 foot of water. I think out at Golden Gate area. Give
out the number. Socrates, there you go, Golden Gate.
That's a Golden Gate. He don't know the Golden Gate. Socrates not running out to Golden Gate in his boat. So he's got a big boat.
He got one he can run out there.
He can probably do it. Yeah, he can probably do it. So, wreck fishing is very, very good to set up on a cobia. You got the Morning Star. You got the shrimp boat over by Long Point. You've got the shrimp
so much
boat
for me fishing tomorrow. Thanks.
So it just, you can pull up there and not catch nothing, and then in an hour or two, cobia will be on it. It's amazing how that works. So you got to give them some time. You got to let them get set up in your chum line. You got to have the right baits, and believe it or not, a big fat shrimp will fool one, a small pinfish will fool one, a mud minnow will fool one, a treble hook bait will fool one. I've caught them trolling for grouper in the barge canal. I've caught cobia trolling, and like a 10-foot diver, if you can get a long diver, but it only goes, if only goes shallow, like 10 foot, that's a good plug to troll in the barge canal for cobia. Now they also hang out on the markers. Of course, everybody knows the markers that they hang out, the numbers or whatever. You could set up on those, throw some chum out, and just sit there, and cobia will come to you. Believe it or not, they follow rays. They follow manatees. I had 7 cobia on 1 manatee, and that was all the way up at the Orange Barrels. Manatee came out, cobia came out right with it, and shoot, 5 of the 7 were keepers. They were up to about 40 pounds on that just one stupid manatee, and they were hanging out with it. I wish I would have filmed it because it was awesome.
Remember about 4 years ago we did an episode on
whale shark. We saw like 100 cobia on a whale shark, and Eric picked off the biggest, about 60 pounder. And then of course, when we fished with Denny using the catfish, I think we had 10 catfish. We went 10 for 10. And then when we got to using the pinfish, we started catching sharks, a grouper, and flounder. So the catfish outfished the pinfish 10-5. So, we didn't get any cobia after that. They wanted the catfish. I know it doesn't equate in your head that actually works, but I'm telling you, you get the 6 to 7 to 8 inch, that anything bigger than that's a little bit too big, unless of course it's a monster cobia, which they will eat them. But you have to have a pair of pliers. You have to have a real good cutters on them. So you want to cut those things flush to their body. And then you want to use a pair of gloves, even to put it on your hook, use a pair of gloves. You'll use like a circle hook, and then at Captain's Cove, they have a little small weight device. It's got a small swivel on it with a blue thing on it. It goes up and down your line. You can use that to hang the weight off the side. It's a real good piece to use on the bottom. 40-pound test line braid to 60-pound fluorocarbon, lighter for better bites, but a cobia will whoop you on a wreck if you're using something lighter. Rocks, they know how they're good, and you'll want to watch your power poles. You'll want to watch your motor when you're fighting a cobia. You'll want to watch the trolling motor because they will take you around the boat. They will take off. Most of the time when you get a cobia on the bottom, he comes right at the top, so you have a cobia and it's not a shark or grouper. If he stays down, more than likely shark grouper, but cobia fun. And Eric likes to eat them. I don't really fish for him that much. Eric fishes for them a lot more than I do because he's a fan of the cobia. Me, I don't like the taste of it. I've never been one to really like it more than that. But the scallop rack does hold cobia. Around the scallop rack, that's a good place to fish a pinfish under a cork. If you're fishing for trout and just drifting, throw a big pinfish out, let him sit. The cobia might eat him while you're just doing your thing. If you anchor up, here's a real good technique. I don't know if Eric wants me to share this with you, but I'm going to share it with you. You get you a bucket, you make some holes in it about that big, all the way around the bucket. You put some concrete block in the bottom of the bucket, and you get a top port that screws on. Take a piece of rope, drop it straight down the back of the boat, all the way to the bottom. Now, yes, a big shark will eat the bucket, so you got to be careful. They will. Eric's had a couple where the boat got yanked hard from tigers. They will eat that bucket. But if you can keep the tigers away with that chum, drop it straight at the bottom, put a bait right down by that bucket, because that's where that cobia is going to come up and smell, and he's going to eat that bait. Whether it be a pinfish or a large catfish, that's a very good way to catch a big cobia. And then you can fish for other fish while you fish for cobia. You can put your rods in the rod holders, put the circle hook on there. They'll hook themselves. You need a good, flexible, good, solid rod. If it bends down, crank, let the circle hook take place. Got to have a gaff. But cobia have to be big, okay? When you're looking at a cobia and you're not sure, you need to net that fish. Now, who has a net big enough for a 33-inch fish to the fork, which overall is going to be 42 inches? Well, not very many people. And a cobia will flat out hurt you. If you have kids on the boat, or if you have a lady on the boat, or if you have two guys on the boat, you throw a cobia in the boat and you're wanting to measure that sucker, he can hurt you. The top of that cobia's top is very sharp. It will cut you. And it will also beat the crap out of your boat. So you got to be very, very, very careful when measuring said cobia. Now, if you just stick a gaff in him and you measure him and he's too short, well, you've just killed a cobia. He's got to go back in the water. You cannot keep him because you killed him. That's why you got to be very careful with doing this, because 36 to the fork now, guys. And I think you're only allowed 2 cobia per boat.
Hold on, we're
going
to give you the
real, because you need to be very.
We do not want you to get in trouble. Yep.
This is a dangerous thing right now with these, because a 36-inch fish overall is going to be close to 50 inches long.
So it used to be different for federal and state, but now they're both the same. 36 inches to the fork. Fork length, not total length. Fork length. 1 per person or 2 per vessel, whichever is less.
So if you have 1 person on the boat, you get 1 cobia, not 2.
Yep.
If you have 2 people on the boat, you can have 2 cobia, not 3.
Yep.
6 people on the boat, 2 cobia, not 3, 4, 5, or 6. It's not 1 per person then. And these are federally regulated fish. You do not want to be caught with a short cobia. It's not going to be. They're not going to be your friend.
You don't want to get caught. You don't want to get
caught with anything. Now that we know what happens on your record, if you do get caught with a fish now, you don't want any part of this. So just don't keep them, because 36 inches, I'm telling you, that's a big fish and you can get hurt. So please be careful.
Now, John, let's say you're fishing and you get that cobia on and you're fighting a cobia and 3 or 4 other cobia come up around the boat. You going to try to catch those too?
Well, so here's the deal, guys. You better have people that know what they're doing. Because if you've already hooked a cobia, and you're fighting him. Another cobia comes up. You got to be ready. And you also got to be able to land that other fish while fighting that other fish. So give the one you're going to hook drag. Let him roll out, catch the other one, then fight the other one. If you try to manhandle a fish that is fresh, you're not going to be happy. He's not going to be happy, and your boat's not going to be happy. And you take a chance of both of you losing both cobia. So be very careful when doing this. You better know what's up, because these fish are tough. And if a cobia runs by your braid with his top fins, which are 5 or 6 of them in a row on the top, it will slice it, and it's gone. So be careful when you'll get what you asked for, but you'll also get what you didn't ask for.
So you got to the right answer at the end. The answer is no.
Yeah, no.
And the reason why it's no is because you jeopardize losing the fish that you've got on the hook, hooking the other one, because they inevitably are going to wrap around each other. They're going to wrap around everything on your boat. Everything's good, and it's going to become a cluster.
Yeah.
As soon as you get one in the boat, then try to get the other ones.
Yeah. But they're not going anywhere.
We've had 5 to 6 at one time hooked up on a boat. It was lucky to get one.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
We ran into we were driving in these sharks. We saw a bunch of sharks, and we were like, what the heck's going on? Well, we started throwing towards those sharks because we saw other fish in them, and Jacob was hooked up. I was hooked up. Eric was hooked up. Missy was hooked up. I think Stacy was hooked up. We were all hooked up. Well, it ended up being 1 for 6.
Oh.
It wasn't pretty. The lures went flying, went everywhere. It was no good, but it was one of the craziest things we've ever seen. Now, me and Eric have seen the whale shark. We've seen the sharks. If you're offshore and you drop a bait down and somebody's fighting a big shark, they bring that big shark up, you better be ready to pitch on a cobia because 9, 10-foot sharks hold cobia. If you get a big shark and you reel him up, it's a tiger, a hammerhead, or a sandbar. They love sandbars. A big 10-foot sandbar or a bull will bring a cobia up off that bottom with them. So you got to be ready because you can cut that line on that shark and hook that cobia and he'll eat because he's fired up because he saw the shark eat. So he's ready. So if you have a bait and you pitch a bait to him, he will eat that bait. And that's another way of getting a really, really, really big cobia because I've seen it happen. And Eric's hooked a few off of sharks' backs. So, but again, cut that line to the shark, get him out of there, and then focus on the cobia.
So Chris has a good question. What if you get a huge cobia and the tax man takes the tail off? What do you do with it? You keep it or toss it? Well, I could tell you, out of all the cobia that I've played with, I've never had a shark come after a cobia.
They have a symbiotic relationship.
And I'm not saying that this wouldn't happen, but I'm just saying I've never seen that happen. Now, if you see a shark in the area and you see that he's getting ready to dart or whatever, open the bail, let that cobia run,
let him go.
And then see if you can get him back, after the shark kind of gets discouraged or whatever. But I've never seen that. Yeah. But if you cannot measure your fish,
you can't keep it.
You can't keep it.
Yeah.
It's that's
it could be 40.
I know the rule sucks, but you can't clean a fish offshore. You can't keep a mutilated fish like that. It's
the way that it is.
They'll get you.
Yeah, they'll get you.
Yep.
You don't want to. Just let it ride and be gone with your deal and suck one up for the team because I'm telling you, the fine can get astronomical with some fish, and you don't want anything to do with them because then they're going to go after everything on your boat. I'm telling you, it's not good. Don't keep a short cobia. Bad idea.
So, tackle wise, John, what size hook are you using? All that good stuff.
Smallest reel I'm using is the 5,000 to a 10,000. You'll want a line on there. You'll need 300 yards of line just because those cobia can make a rip on you. They're very strong fish. They're a very non-forgiving fish. They can take drag with a lot of drag tightened down. They can still take it. They're strong, especially when they're keeper size. 40, 50, 60, 70-pound fish up to 100-pound fish are some of the toughest fish in the ocean. So you'll want 30-pound minimum braid. I use bigger for cobia, 40 to 65. 40 to 60-pound fluorocarbon and a 7/0 to a 9/0 hook because you're using big baits usually. They do like dead threadfin. If you chum dead threadfin, they'll eat them. They love jigs. They love plugs. They love crabs. They love catfish, and they love pinfish. They'll pretty much eat just about anything you're using for bait. So you'll want a big hook. You can't legally use a treble hook on them. That's illegal. Can't do it. You can use a circle hook or a J hook. You're allowed to use a J hook on a cobia offshore if you're not fishing on a reef and you're strictly fishing for cobia. I think you're allowed to use a J hook, right? I don't think that they can pretty much.
It is a pelagic. It's not a reef fish.
It's a pelagic fish. So, but still the circle hook works great because they hook themselves. It really does work. I mean, me and Eric have used circle hooks for cobia and it works great. They'll set the hook themselves and then you fight them and take your time, let them go. Don't gaff them, net them. They're just things you got to do with the cobia, but they will beat you up, so you got to be careful. That's all I got.
You did pretty well. You've retained a lot of information over the years. We've talked about catching cobia for almost 7 years now. So you did.
They're fun.
You've done well.
I like to catch them. I don't really kill them. I let them go.
If he is 36 to 4. He's going on ice.
Oh, yeah. They do give up a lot of meat, but it looks like Thomas has had a hammerhead eat one of his. So he must have not had a symbiotic relationship with that shark. He had made him mad.
You know how it is. There's always got to be that one out there that has to one up you.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen the okay.
So Thomas has seen the hammerhead eat the shark. Hammerheads are ornery.
Oh, they are. Yeah.
They're on.
Well, I mean, they eat full-size tarpon, so I mean, it would make sense that, they would eat something like that. Make sure the net is big enough. Yeah, there you go. So don't use your dip net to try to get the cobia. But then again, too, if you're going cobia fishing, have a net big enough. Just have that sense, because if not, and you gaff that small fish, everything looks big until you get it to the boat, and you're like, oh.
Well, 42-inch fish are big, but to the fork is where it's got to be, not the overall length. So you're catching a 42-inch fish, he might not be big enough.
Mm-hmm.
He won't be 36 to the fork. He'll be 33 to the fork. 50-inch fish might be 36 inches to the fork with a big old tail, and he's a big fish. I mean, we're talking about fish that are over 20, 25 pounds when they're big enough. 30-pound fish, 28, 30-pound fish. Those are big. But, and we do have a feast. We have enough food to feed possibly 10 people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have a feast.
So, dessert has been this peach cobbler egg roll thing with, I guess this is a whipped cream or something. It's pretty nice. Sonny's is on point. I'm not going to lie. And like I said, they took the time to come all the way to the bunker. You're going to eat it.
Yeah, when the Sonny's food truck pulls up out front and rings the little bell, you eat what they give you.
Yeah. Eric must have had a... No, John just started eating way before I did. That's all.
No, it's not 24 inches to the fork, Sam.
Yeah.
If Sam were to keep it, it would be. But if John keeps it, it's 30.
Yeah. Sam been fishing down there where there's no rules.
That's right. That's right. When he's in when he's in Africa, he's using the non-rules. They don't have the same rules over there in Africa. Do they have Cobia in Africa?
I don't know. That might be tonight's trivia question.
Yeah. Are there Cobia in Africa?
There we go. All right. So, like I said, pretty good information John gave there on the cobia. Like I said, typically, I think I saw one of the questions come up, said, what depth are you looking for? We've caught them in shallow, again, not. Excuse me. Not targeting cobia in 2 to 3 foot of water, but they were there, But we've got spots that are 10 foot. We've got spots, like John said, out there that are 100 plus foot that we've caught them, So depth doesn't have a whole lot of bearing on it. They are very inquisitive. If you are fishing and you've got the chum going to do whatever, leave one of your engines on for a little bit. They're going to come and check out, see what the noise is. I mean, they're very curious. If you get something out in front of them and they're not eating it, and you drop the plug or you drop the hoagie worm, whatever, and they're not eating it, make that thing look alive. Make it look erratic. Make it look like they're trying to get away. They're like a dog. They want to chase, and then they'll grab it. Yeah, so that's...
If you take your rod and you beat it in the water real fast, plop, 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 with a tip, they'll come to inspect it. And if you're out, I don't know if you've ever fished the red can, or if you know of the marker number 2 red can out there. If you drive the boat around in a circle around the red can and go back the opposite direction and make a bunch of bubbles on the red can, they'll come up off the bottom to check and see what you're doing.
You're going to give all the cobia spots away?
I'm sorry, man. My bad.
Well, we don't let you talk very much.
No place is safe now. Oh, man, my bad.
Yep.
My bad. I gave away a good one right there.
We'll never hear the end of it.
Let's hope they weren't listening.
Eric and John ruined the cobia fishing for America.
Oh, Weisters.
Yeah.
Never in my life. That boy's a duck hog.
Oh, my God. All right. John, what are we giving away tonight?
Oh, well, we're giving away QA baits.
Some funny. Yep. So we're giving away some I jump in the water and swim with them. There you go.
Yeah, heck yeah. And Jim Jigs, who are back at Captain's Cove.
Uh-huh.
Bag. And some Cobia baits.
There you go.
Bag. And a pro jig. Yeah, right there in the bag.
How convenient is that?
And
It's all
then
going in the bag.
some chum to bring up the Cobia.
There you go. That probably don't need to go in the bag. Then flip it over.
Woo! Sonny's just smelled different. Uh-oh.
Did you lose our log?
Right on my tea.
Is your tea
I
going to smell
chummed up
different?
my tea. Ooh.
Are you holding on to the Q8s or they don't?
No, they're going in the bag.
They're going in the bag too. All right. Hell of a package tonight, John.
Heck of a package.
All right. Make sure I don't have anything on me. There we go.
John's giving away his package.
Yeah. Ew, nobody wants that. Used and abused. You know how we do this. Oh, that smells alcoholic.
Bubble gum.
I've got no, it does not smell like bubblegum. I've got 5 sheets of paper here. I'm going to ask a question. The very first 5 answers John and I see, your name's going to go in a bucket. And then John is going to draw tonight's winner for that prize package, which, like I said,
He's a pretty dang nice one.
nice package.
Pretty dang package. Pretty dang good package right there.
We'll get us on the good page here where we can see everything coming. And tonight's question. All right. This question is going to be up for a lot of debate, but we are going to use the answers that we have based off of one particular word that I'm going to use in this. And if you're doing your Googles and whatnot, this will be the word that you need to focus on. What do cobia primarily feed on? Again, what do cobia primarily feed on? And again, this is going to be very contagious. People are going to be upset, but I'm looking for one particular word right here. And the first 5 of you to come up with that, we're going to get your name in the bucket. Okay, there we go.
He put 2 words.
He would give. He did another
typing them out.
All right, cool beans, John. What was the answer we were looking for?
So crabs.
Crabs is
That
the
is
answer we
primarily
were
what they
looking
feed
for.
on
Yep.
because again they're bottom feeders.
So
And those crabs, they have crunchers in their back of their throat. They can crunch. They have a very strong teeth, mouth, crunching.
So, and again, the reason why I thought this might be a little bit tricksy is it says that they like to eat crustaceans, and then it says primarily crabs.
Yeah.
So crabs was the word we were looking
Socrates said he caught one with 18 crabs in its stomach, and he finds them in every fish he opens.
for. So without trying to give that away for the question, crab is yet again another bait that you could use
for a cobia.
for the cobia. So, like I said, didn't want to get too heavy in that because that was going to give away our
Their
question
answer.
tonight. So, all right,
There
John,
we go.
We've got everybody in here. Let's
Who's going to be the winner?
shake it up. Oh well, let me tell you who's in there.
That's right.
We didn't even
Who's
do
in
that. Everybody's
Who's
guessing.
in the bucket?
We got Tyler's in the bucket. Kev Dog, Socrates, Dale, and Chris. All right. Jackhammer it there. All right, John, pick us a winner. Just one, John. Just one winner tonight.
I can't even find one in there. Where'd they go?
Kev Dog says ribs.
Ribs. They love Sonny's ribs.
I know this fat guy does.
I know the guy.
I know that guy too.
I know him.
Yeah.
He's got a Simmons being
does.
welded on right now.
Yeah, he got that aluminum bottom Simmons.
Yep. Aluminum bottom Simmons. Tyler is the winner of the
Congratulations.
Sonny's prize package deal.
There you go. Yeah. Good job, Tyler.
Way to
way
go,
be
Tyler.
there. Yeah.
You can pick up your fine auto parts brakes from Zelensky, Captain's Cove Bait Shop.
Mm-hmm.
Made by the American people for the American people.
Mm-hmm.
You get a good look at a T-bone
Yeah.
by sticking your head up a bull's ass.
Uh-huh.
But I think I'd rather take the butcher's one.
Mm-hmm.
that the way it goes?
What movie is that from, folks?
Tommy Boy!
You're as bad as Jessica now.
I'm as bad as Jessica.
Just jump right ahead. Just jump right
last night. Tommy boy.
All right, John. Good deal. We got to the end of another one.
There were cow tipping in there. Bad guy in a little coat.
We'll be back with you next week. Everybody be safe out there. We Be Tailing is brought to you by Shasty McNasty Fishing,
Captain's Cove Outfitters.
Jim's Jigs.
In the house. Filletzall Blades.
Yep, Aquatic Nutrition.
Q8 Super Baits in all the houses.
And Karrie's Custom Rods.
Buying with State Farm with 1.18 trillion.
Native Nautical Mailboxes.
Dead life.
Power Pole.
Sea Bass Welding, who works on Kevlar.
Sonny's Barbecue, Josh and Melissa.
We got it, baby.
Yeah.
And Hippo Head Hotel for renting a place to stay.
There you go. All right. We'll see everybody next week. Be safe out there. Remember, be nice.
Yep.
We'll talk to you later.
Be nice till it's not time to be nice anymore.